Oi friends, Rin here. So today we are going to talk about survivors tips and tricks. So these are things that you guys should know as a survivor when you guys are playing in rank. In general, this will help you guys win more matches. So whether you guys are worker bee all the way to champion, it does not matter what tier you guys are in. It's still relevant and it's important things to know when you guys are playing survivor. But I did this kind of thing, a survivor's guide, a while back, and this is like a newer and an updated version of that. But if you guys have not seen that video already, definitely do check it out. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can head over there and check out that. But we also have other content on the channel, a bunch of other guides, character guides, pastime guide, dungeon guide. Just check out the channel. It has filled with information that may be useful to you. Anyways guys, remember to leave that like, definitely do subscribe if you guys have not already, and definitely do share with your friends. And one more thing guys, shout out to Bia, Chiara, and Anna for helping me make this video possible, just like any other guide. Also guys, join the Discord if you guys have not already. It will also be in the description below. Anyways guys, enjoy. The first tip that I do have for you guys is that when you guys are playing in a match, at a certain point, no matter how good you guys are going to get chaired. Now the thing about this is that someone is going to rescue you, most likely a rescuer like mercenary or any type of rescuer. Now when they do rescue you, you are going to be under tide turner. Well, let's hope they do bring tide turner. But under tide turner, you have that 20-second invincibility. So even if you guys get hit again, you guys will be able to move freely for 20 seconds. And the tip here is that it's important to know where to go back down. Now, why is this important, okay? I highly recommend that you guys die far away from everybody as possible and die in a corner. And this is important because if you guys do this incorrectly, it could screw your team over and give an advantage to the hunter. Now, let me explain, guys. So, when you guys die in a corner, the hunter is forced to tail you into that corner and pick you up and take them a longer time to chair you. Now, this ensures that they are less likely to chase another survivor while you guys are going back down. Now, let's say you guys are following your teammate when you guys are hit under tide turner. Now, the hunter is going to try to also destroy that survivor. Now, if they pull it off, you guys are both going to go down, and now two people are not able to decode. And then when you die near a cipher where a teammate is working on, the hunter is going to pressure that cipher and forcing them to go to another cipher or not able to decode that current cipher. So it's wasting a lot of time, and that person is not ciphering at all. So now two people is still not ciphering. It disrupts your ciphering progress, and you guys don't want to do that. So instead of doing that, go in a corner far away from everybody as possible. It's okay to die near a cipher where it has not been decoded yet. If you guys die near a cipher that has not been decoded yet and your teammate is not there, that's absolutely fine too. Just die far away from your teammate as possible and die in a corner. And the other benefit of dying in a corner is that if there's a harasser on your team, this will help your harasser is that the way to say it? Harass easier. Because if you're in a corner, the hunter is forced to have a harder time to pick you up and chair you, because, you know, to maneuver around our harasser, a really good harasser, is sometimes hard. So this gives them more of a higher chance to save you from balloon if you guys die in a corner. But anyways, just keep that in mind. I see this in so many matches and it always ends up poorly. And you guys are wondering what went wrong, okay? The match was really good. The kiter did an amazing kite. The rescue pulled off perfectly. But why did we lose that match? Why is it because we lost because of one cipher? Many times, when it's a really good hunter and they know a cipher is prime, they are going to camp it. And when they do camp that cipher, you guys are going to have a really big problem if you guys are trying to finish that cipher while the hunter is camping it. Because most likely chance the hunter will not let you finish. They might just camp it forever or change to abnormal and just like keep breaking it and then constantly destroy you guys until your team is wiped out and you guys still did not finish that cipher, or you guys did finish the cipher but it did cost you guys the whole entire match. And why is this a problem? The problem is that when a hunter does start camping a cipher, it's an advantage to them, okay? And by no means, even if you guys have 4 teammates on that one cipher, in no means that you guys have an advantage unless it is primed, okay? Now, if you guys are working on a cipher and it's pretty good at decoding, right? 70% or more and stuff like that, and then the hunter decides to camp it, okay? The best decision and the best tip I can give you is start a new cipher, okay? Just start a new cipher, okay? Have that one survivor pressure while another teammate do a new cipher. Do not all gather and try to finish that cipher while the hunter camps it, because 9 out of 10 times, you guys, it's not gonna work. It's just never gonna work, okay? So it's just a better chance to win when you guys start a new cipher. When you guys do start a new cipher, it does create a problem for the hunter. Should they camp that one cipher they're already camping, or should they switch to the new cipher? Now they have to choose between one or the two, and it causes them a problem and puts you at an advantage. So you guys want to start on a new cipher, and when you guys are on the last cipher like that, it's probably accelerated decoding. So you guys are going to finish the new cipher pretty quickly as long as you guys don't dedicate just to one cipher. Never dedicate to one cipher. It will or could cost you the whole entire match. So always have another cipher in reserve when it really comes down to it, okay? Because I've seen in many matches where a whole entire team tried to swarm one cipher because it's the last cipher and there's really good decoding on it, and then the team just loses. And it's a pretty obvious reason why they lose. The hunter has an advantage over you in many different categories, and you guys do not want to test that, especially if it's a good hunter. So it's a better chance to win or tie when you guys are trying to go for it if you guys just start a new cipher. It does not waste that much of time. Just start a brand new cipher. The next tip that I do have for you guys is that many of you guys do spawn at a really good location of the map where there's a bunch of paths, there's a bunch of windows, and there's a really good cipher to start at, and you guys get to decode right away. Now, many of you guys have really bad luck, and it will happen to everybody at a certain point where you guys spawn at a really bad cipher where there's no window, there's no paths, nothing to your resource at all. So if the hunter do pull up, you're really at a bad position. Now, many of you guys will probably decode that bad cipher anyways because you guys are thinking that you guys rotate, you guys will lose time, and it's just not worth it, and you're lazy or you just don't care. Now, the thing about this is that it is important to rotate to a better cipher. The tip here is that rotate to a better cipher if you're at a bad cipher. This is important because if you guys do not do this, the hunter pulls up and you guys have a really high chance of getting a free hit for the hunter, and then this will put them at a very high advantage to shut you down early in the game, probably within 30 seconds, and that's really bad for your team. You guys do not want to give the hunter a free early hit. You want to decrease the chance of them hitting you in the beginning as much as possible. So if you guys spawn into the match and you're at a really bad cipher, you guys should rotate to a better cipher. I know that it does waste 10 to 20 seconds or how long it is. It's okay because you rather have that chance to have that potential to kite rather than giving that hunter a free early hit than shutting you down right away. Would you rather kite 20 seconds because you're lazy, or rather rotate and have a higher potential to kite more than 60 seconds because you're at a better place now? So the facts are clear and the choice is clear. Just rotate to a better cipher if you guys start at a bad cipher. It's really worth it, trust me on this. Now, I say this to every single player out there. To be the best player in the game that you guys can be is calling yourself the best teammate. Now, why is that? This is because this is a team game. There's no way to win by yourself, and everybody knows this. You guys cannot win a match if there's only one person that does escape. It does consider a lose. Now, you guys know this, but why am I talking about this? Because I want to give you guys a tip. It's called that communication is key, okay? Communication is everything in this game. Even the tiniest detail could change the match into a win or a tie or whatever you guys are going for. Now, so when you guys spawn into the match and you guys are ciphering at a certain cipher, right? You guys got to tell your team. So they, one, don't rotate into the same cipher as you. Then they had to waste more time finding another cipher. And so they know where you guys are ciphering and knowing the position of where everybody is. And if the basement's near you, tell them, hey, the basement is also near me. So those who kite later on, do not rotate into that area because hey, my teammate told me the basement is there. I should not kite there. So they do not die in basement. Because if your teammate gets knocked and chaired in basement, that's gonna cause a huge problem for your team. So you guys do not want that. So let's say the hunter is near you. The hunter is near me. Tell them that, okay? Tell your whole entire team, the hunter is near me. Because then they don't Cipher near you, and the hunter would change target and kill another survivor or disrupt your decoding, and then you die near there. So you guys don't want that. So let them know that the hunter is near me. Get away from me. Do a better Cipher. This is my kiting area. So that's also important. Now, if the hunter changed target, tell your teammate, hey, the hunter changed target. Like, for example, Wu Chang, okay? He has a really high standard to switch target with an umbrella. So let's say Wu Chang is switching targets, and you guys do not tell your teammate that the hunter is changing target. And Wu Chang pulls up to a Cipher, and there's a survivor there, and then they get that free hit on that survivor. Now that's a free hit to Wu Chang, and a free hit for a hunter means that that's an advantage for them, and then they will most likely shut down that survivor very quickly, and that's really bad for your team. So what went wrong there? If you guys just told them the hunter changed target, your teammates will leave that Cipher and get away from it. So when Wu Chang does pull up, your teammate is ready to kite them, and they are away from that Cipher. So they do not give Wu Chang that free hit. So it's important. The main idea here is that it's important to communicate with your team, okay? And let's say the Cipher is prime, but it's a sculpture or a bonbon or some hunter with an ability that wants to knock you with an ability because they know the Cipher is prime. So they are trying to knock you with an ability rather than a melee. So if this happens, you gotta tell when to pop that Cipher because your teammate does not know. So the overall idea is that no matter what you guys are doing, the littlest detail matters, okay? Just communicate with your team no matter what you guys are doing. Once the cooldown resets for that chat, do it again. So no matter if you guys are on VC or not, always be communicating with your team. I see this in many matches and even in my own matches, and I say this on my stream so many times and also in my video so many times, and I will reiterate it here because it's important for everybody to remember this. For rescuers, the decision to save a player is when they are knocked on the ground, not when they are chaired, okay? And why is this important? Because it's better to go early than late. Let me explain, guys. When you guys go late and when they're already chaired and stuff, is that you guys are taking the risk that you guys might not save them correctly. So if the hunter is scouting the area, which many good hunters do, they will spot you early on and try to shut you down before you guys make it to chair. And if that does happen, that means that you guys did not save the player. So let's say you're built different, okay? You're a mercenary. You can take 3 hits before you guys make it to chair. But why would you want to risk a double hit and taking a very long time to get yourself back up when you do save that player? And that means that 2 players are not decoding. So why take that risk? But if you guys go early on, you guys have a higher potential to save them, okay? You guys will save them before line or save them before they get rocketed off into the mansion. It's just a higher potential to rescue in general, okay? And the other thing is that it reduces the chance of the hunter spotting you early on and trying to shut you down. And you guys just don't want to risk it. Just go for the safer side. And the other thing is that if they do a really good kite, okay? Like more than a 2-minute kite and it's a kite for a win, but you misjudged the distance and you guys just want that 5% more decoding before you go save, and then you guys do not make it on time and they go after line and you save them after line, and then that's just really bad. They kited for a win and you threw that because you rescued them after line. So it changed from a win to a tie, and it could go from a tie to a lose. And that's just because you wanted 5% more decoding on your Cipher. Many rescuers do not go right away. It's because they want to decode a bit more. And that's just not really worth it. Just go for the safer side rather than taking a risk that you don't need to take. Anyways, just go early and don't go late. Hopefully these tips and tricks were helpful to you guys. Now, some of you guys do know these tips and tricks already, and that is okay, but hopefully you guys learned something new or something that you guys did not know about when you guys are playing matches. Now, the idea here is to help you guys win more matches and give you a more likely chance to win. So the highest potential to win a match possible. And if this was helpful to you guys, remember to leave that like, do subscribe if you guys have not already, and definitely share with your friends. Anyways guys, I will see you guys all next time.